Guess what? It's my birthday! Yay! Happy birthday to me! As I am 34? So old. Okay, I'm done with that. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Total Level here. As. What was it doing? Okay, going to have to start again. I went blank right there. Wow. Alright, try this again. Hey everyone, how's it going? Total Level here. So, yeah, it's my birthday October 1st, so yeah, but I'm recording this earlier than that, so I can upload this for my birthday as a little kind of take video challenge that's been going around for a while is kind of like YouTubers asking other YouTubers, gaming ones, about 10 video game related questions, right? And I kept meaning to do this over and over again, and yeah, kept forgetting, watched a bunch, and yeah, now I'm just like, okay, let's do this, get it over with, and what better time than to do it for my birthday? So yeah, I've written everything, all the questions down in my little book here, so yeah, I'll also just leave this as an open tag because like I said, I've seen so many people already tag and do these videos that I'm not sure who's tagged and not tagged, so yeah, we'll just leave an open tag. So if you want to do this, yeah, go ahead and let me know. I would love to watch your video. So, first question, what sort of games do you like to play? Well, judging from all these RPGs here, the answer is pretty clear. It's obviously realistic driving games. Can't get enough about these. No, but yeah, of course, RPGs, my favorites, especially JRPGs, can't get, you know, can't play too many of them, right? But even outside of JRPGs, I love just Western style ones too, and everything like that. Your Dragon Age and Skyrim, Fallout, all that sort of stuff. Loving Baldur's Gate, even though I suck at it so bad because it's been a long time since I played Dungeons and Dragons, so the mechanics are very rough for me to learn right now, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite genre. After that, platformers for sure. I love a good platformer. Recently beat Astrobot, phenomenal game. I loved every second that game, even though some levels were pretty tricky at times. Like, it was just a lot of fun. I know I'll go back sometime to 100% that game. It's just that much fun. And then I love adventure style games, right? I just love the idea of just traveling, exploring a world, right? And everything like that. But I also enjoy playing, shooters. I enjoy playing pretty unique puzzle games, stuff like Portal, the Zero Escape trilogy, which is visual novel plus a puzzle game. I love that whole trilogy of games, along with Catherine, right? Just one of the most unique puzzle games ever made. I love music rhythm games, so yeah, there's actually a lot I love to play, but yeah, my top three for sure are RPGs, platformers, and adventure games. Question number 2. How much time do you spend playing games? A lot. I do spend a lot. I'm not sure how many hours, but, I do pretty much every day when I can try and play like a good, 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes, some days I do take off or whatever, or I might be busy with something else, right? But because I don't have, like, any wife, no kids or anything, like, it's a lot easier for me to play games a lot, so yeah, we'll just leave it at that because I can't tell you what the exact number is. It's just probably more than the average person. Number 3, do you think games can be educational? Yeah, of course they can. I mean, we have games like Assassin's Creed, at least the early Assassin's Creed games were, trying to be lot more historically accurate, right? And I know I had, a friend who was very inspired by Assassin's Creed, right? And went into university for kind of history, right? And because of those games, so yeah, they can be very educational, but even if people, don't think that way, or, because even playing Japanese games, it's like, oh, I'm learning about these different foods and their culture, right? So I'm learning that way, but for those who might not even think you can learn anything from games, still, you're building up like a lot of reflexes, hand-eye coordination, if you're playing a lot of games together with people, that builds up a lot of social skills and everything, because I think a lot of times people think, oh, games is a way to isolate yourself and everything, and that's only if you really choose to do that, because even doing YouTube, right, I play a lot of single player games, but because I do YouTube and get to share that experience, like I still get to share, with a lot of people around the world, right? And so there's always a social aspect for me for video games. It's a way I made friends when I'm very shy kid, right? Because I have a lot of mental health issues and, struggles, right? Like severe levels of depression, anxiety, I'm part of like the autism spectrum, I have ADHD, all these things, and social anxiety is awful for me, but video games have let me kind of connect with people, so yeah, for sure, video games can be helpful and educational. Question number 4. What don't you like about video games? Low percentage gathering quests. I can't stand when you have a quest that you need to get the rarest item in the entire world, where you have a 1 in a billion chance of getting it, and you're grinding for hours and you just won't get that item, right? Just really annoying. So games like Ni no Kuni, Xenoblade, I'll never 100%, because a lot of games I do like to complete as much as I can, but when you have quests like that, no, forget it, I'm not even going bother. I don't like time mechanics in games where you're, timed, because it's one thing if it's like a challenge of like, oh, beat me in a race in 60 seconds. It's like, well, that's just a small part of the game, and a lot of the times you might not even have to do it. It might just be a side thing, right? But when a game kind of forces you where, oh, after a few minutes, this quest disappears forever because you weren't quick enough, like with the Dead Rising games, or even something like Atelier Verona. Like, Atelier games are very kind with their time mechanics. You can complete the assignments very nicely, easily, but it is always annoying because I know I'm not completing every assignment they give me during a certain month or whatever, and I hate that. I just hate because you have to plan a lot. I don't like planning in video games. It's why I'm glad, Atelier games kind of now got rid of like an actual time mechanic where you don't have to worry about how many days you spend or anything like that. It's same with Persona games. Like with Persona 5, they changed it a lot where you have a lot of time to kind of build up your social links and all that, because a lot of the times it was more like you would have to do it on your second playthrough, so I'm kind of glad they kind of changed that a bit, right? But yeah, that always annoys me. And then kind of third thing, which is kind of tied together, is one, I don't like when games force you to do certain side quests or mini games to progress. Even if I like them, I just don't like that type of mechanic. Big game for me is Spider-Man 2, like the 2004 game, right? Because yeah, that one just sort of annoys me that you have to do these random city tasks of like complete this race, or save a kid's balloon or whatever, and just no, let me get to the actual game. And then that kind of leads into padding. I can't stand when a game just pads for extra content without like changing anything. It's just the same repetitive gameplay over and over and over just to make the game longer. Like, not every game needs to be 100 hours long. I much prefer a game that's 10 hours and fun all the way through versus a game that's 100 hours that has like 40 or 50 hours of just pure padding, right? Because the Fairy Tail game had a lot of that. It's a solid enough game, but that one annoyed me with how much padding there was, because it just comes across as lazy, right? It was the same with Neo, The World Ends With You. I really enjoyed that game, fantastic story and characters and everything, but that game could have been around like 20-30 hours long. It did not need to be that long, and the fact that you needed to 100% the game to get the true ending, which, yeah, I guess that's another thing that sort of bugs me, is when you have to 100% a game to either just beat it or, you know, get the actual true ending. It's just kind of annoying that way to me, but yeah, those are kind of the main ones that do annoy me with video games. Number 5, how much do you spend on games? Quite a fair bit, I would say, probably anywhere between $100 to $200, and big reason I'm able to do that is I do a lot of payment plans, right, where I kind of set up with, you know, Video Games Plus or something to just pay in advance. So you know, if I spent like $200 in a month, like in reality it's like $400 in total for whatever game I got, right? Because I'm paying in 4 different payments and paying it kind of in 2 months, right? So I would say that's kind of about my average. You know, I don't spend too much, but I do spend a fair bit because I just love video games. I always want to play and discover new ones, right? And always loving to add to my collection because, you know, I don't really care about the value of anything I own, right? It's just, if it's a game I really like and I really want to play it, I want it for the collection, I'll get it, because I'm not a seller, really. I don't really sell any games I own. Like, if I ever trade anything in, it's like usually to my local video game trader or something like that, right? I just don't do a whole lot of selling. I don't like dealing with that and kind of dealing with people like that. So a lot of the times too, when I'm done with a video game, I just actually give it to my mom if she wants it and everything. So yeah, you know, $100 to $200 a month, I would say, is what I spend on video games, because I don't buy a whole lot of other things for hobbies or anything like that. What is your favorite game console? So I kind of go back and forth between this because I love the Nintendo Switch a lot, and I love the GameCube, I love the Super Nintendo, a lot of Nintendo consoles and everything, but it does go back to the PlayStation 2. This was the system where I really discovered JRPGs, because I fell in love with them on the PlayStation 1, but PlayStation 2 is where I discovered a bunch of new ones, playing Dragon Quest VIII for my first ever Dragon Quest, right? So, like, that was the first time I discovered that series, playing Dark Cloud, playing, you know, like, Grandia 3 even. I know a lot of people didn't really like that one, but because I didn't play the previous games in this series too, it's another one I really enjoyed. Radiata Stories is a fantastic game. There's so many on the PlayStation 2 of your Shadow Hearts, your Xenosaga, though I only beat the first Xenosaga, still need to play 2 and 3, which I know I keep holding out on because I keep, you know, rumors keep circling about remaster of that trilogy, right? So I'm kind of just waiting to see if that ever happens, so I'm kind of afraid to play 2 or 3, because I know as soon as I do, that's when they'll announce it, right? So maybe I should then. Maybe I'll be the catalyst to get that Xenosaga HD remaster started. But yeah, PlayStation 2, fantastic system, I love it. What is your favorite video game? easy Persona 4 Golden, so for the longest time it was Zelda Ocarina of Time, but once I played Persona 4 Golden, man, it was just a phenomenal experience. It's a very personal one because, like I said, I have a lot of mental health issues, so this game helped me get through so much of my life. It just it just shows how much video games can mean to someone, right? Because yeah, this game just, it was incredible. Of some of the best cast of characters I've ever met in a video game. I love the idea of everyone kind of, you know, fighting their inner shadow self, right? To accept that as a part of themselves. And yeah, just Persona 4 Golden means everything to me. So favorite video game, that one, yeah, very easy for me to pick. Favorite video game movie, so this one's a bit tough because we've been having quite a few, you know, good video game movies, especially lately, right? And, you know, as stupid and bad as it was, like, there is a soft spot for me for the live action Mario movie, right? Because that was, I think, my first experience with a video game movie. But favorite one, probably Wreck-It Ralph. I just love the whole story of, like, Ralph wanting to be the good guy, right? Kind of breaking that fourth wall and, you know, doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore, wants to be the hero. And I love them having, like, you know, intervention, basically, all talking to each other, some group therapy, all the villains of video games, right? And you know, it still holds up really well. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is just movie I really, really enjoyed. Favorite video game characters, so there's been a lot of great characters throughout video games, right? I love all the characters in Yakuza, right? Cosmo Kiryu, Goro Majima, you know, all those, and of course all your Final Fantasy characters and just everything like that. But I think overall has to go for, you know, because my first video game was Super Mario World and I fell in love with this character, Yoshi. Yoshi is just so fun, so adorable, and yeah, it's a character that I'll always pick when I get to, anyways, for Mario Kart, because a lot of people love picking Yoshi and making me mad because I want to be Yoshi in Mario Kart. But yeah, it's just such a fun character, and yeah, just love it. And then kind of oddball one I'm going to throw in here, not my favorite or anything like that, but I want to throw in a weird one too, is I really liked Monokuma. Danganronpa game's super weird and yeah, just out there, but yeah, Monokuma, really enjoy this weird bear. And then question number 10, least favorite type of game. So kind of joking with Forza and all that, but honestly I'm not like big on the simulated racing games. I used to be as a kid, but not so much anymore. Least favorite though for sure are battle royale games. I just never liked them. I mean, one, I'm never good at them anyway, so that's part of it, but yeah, I just was never a big fan of, you know, like this 1 versus 100 setup and everything. The closest I kind of sort of enjoyed was Fall Guys, but even that I was kind of iffy about, you know, didn't play for too long. And yeah, not really big on those realistic simulator games, you know, the ones of like Construction Simulator or Truck Driving Simulator or anything like that. You know, popular ones are now like Convenience Store Simulator along with Trading Card Game Store Simulator, and you know, like just not super big on that sort of stuff, right? And then finally, probably anything that's Minecraft like, I just never really enjoyed. You know, the closest I kind of liked was Dragon Quest Builders, but even that was kind of like, what still wasn't my favorite for Dragon Quest, just not super into those types of games. And so those are my 10 video game related questions answered for my birthday. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, let me know your answers for all these. Let me know if you do a video. I would love to watch it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and yeah, for my birthday, it's time to play some games, so I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a good one, everyone. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to see more. Hit the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. Also, follow me on Twitter at TotalLevelYT, along with Twitch, also at TotalLevelYT. Or maybe you only stayed for any skits I put in my video. In that case, please stay anyways. I'm so lonely. Alright, take care and have a great rest of your day, everyone.